So if you haven't seen Star Wars The Last Jedi, this is pretty much how it went. The First Order have found the Resistance and attack with a Dreadnought. The Resistance send Poe Dameron in an X-Wing. Anyway, Poe clears out the service cannons on the Dreadnought so they can bring in Resistance bombers. Soon there's only one bomber left, but the bay doors aren't open and nobody's sure if it'll make it. The bay doors aren't open and I'm not sure if it'll make it. The co-pilot is already dead and can't activate the detonator. Paige Tico, the pilot, almost gets to the detonator, but then she's knocked down and the detonator's left teetering on the edge. It starts to get pretty suspenseful. Wow, this is starting to get pretty suspenseful. Finally, she knocks the detonator down, and then it falls past her. Oh, the detonator's fallen past her. Now there's absolutely no chance she'll defy our odds to catch it at the last second and blow up the Dreadnought. She catches it at the last second and blows up the Dreadnought. With the Dreadnought destroyed, the Resistance escape. Meanwhile, on Act 2, Rey gives Luke his lightsaber, but he throws it down a hill and millions of Star Wars fans die inside. Rey and Chewbacca try to convince Luke to come back with them, and he learns of Han Solo's death. Luke still refuses to join the Resistance, and Rey discovers the Jedi tree in sacred text. Luke asks her why she's come to the island. Something inside me has always been there, but now it's awake. I need help. You need a teacher. I can't teach you. I came to this island to die the next day, but actually I will teach you. Luke teaches her, but she turns to the dark side almost immediately. Oh no, I can't teach you again. Meanwhile, on Snoke's Star Destroyer, Kylo Ren meets with Supreme Leader Snoke, who berates him for his failures. Kylo destroys his mask in a fit of rage. Symbolic. Meanwhile, on the Resistance cruiser, the First Order have impossibly tracked them through hyperspace. TIE fighters destroy the bridge, and Leia is killed. Oh no, wait, there she is. However, while Leia is still alive, she is also unconscious, so Vice Admiral Amilyn Holdo takes charge. Unable to go to hyperspace, the Resistance cruiser is only able to stay just out of range of the First Order, and will eventually run out of fuel. Finn tries to pilot an escape pod to go and find Rey, but he meets Rose Tico, who thinks he's deserting and stuns him. Ow! Finn awakes and explains the situation. He and Rose come up with a plan to stop the First Order tracking the Resistance cruiser and head to Canto Bight to find a hacker. Kylo and Rey begin having force conversations they can't control. Meanwhile, the Resistance chase continues. Finn, Rose and BB-8 arrive on Canto Bight, a planet full of rich elitists. They head into a casino and a drunk alien thinks BB-8 is a slot machine and puts coins into him. Ha ha ha. BB-8 soon finds the Master Codebreaker, but just as they all approach him, they're apprehended and thrown out. On Act 2, Rey practices with a lightsaber. Luke tells Rey that Kylo burned down the Jedi Temple and murdered any students that stood against him. Meanwhile, the Resistance chase continues. Rose and Finn stumble upon another Master Codebreaker, DJ, who happens to be in their cell. Wow, what are the chances? You couldn't write this. DJ escapes and finds BB-8, who has somehow managed to tie up and duct tape 3 guards. Another guard finds them and BB-8 fires the coins at him. Ha ha. Ha. Rose and Finn escape on Falviers. They flee to a cliff edge and are about to be caught, but at the last second BB-8 and DJ find them and they all escape on a ship. Luke catches Rey and Kylo having a force conversation. Rey demands Luke tell her the truth about what happened. Luke admits that he was almost going to kill Kylo and stopped himself in shame, but Kylo saw and attacked in self-defense. Rey travels to meet with Kylo, believing there's still good in him. Luke goes to burn down the Jedi tree, but sees Yoda's Force Ghost, who summons Light Luke to destroy the tree before Luke. Meanwhile, the Resistance chase continues. Holdo plans to abandon the cruiser, but Poe leads a mutiny against her, preventing their escape until Finn and Rose return. Rose, Finn, BB-8 and DJ disguise themselves and break into the room with the tracker, and then they're captured by the First Order. Leia wakes up and stuns Poe. The Resistance abandon the cruiser, but Amilyn Holdo stays behind. Rey is taken to Snoke, who reveals it was his plan to bring Rey to him all along. The Resistance is now on course for Crate, a planet where they can hide. Snoke tortures Rey and then orders Kylo to execute her, but at the last second Kylo kills Snoke instead. Ryan, do you have any ideas about who Snoke actually is? No. The Praetorian Guards fight Rey and Kylo. They defeat the guards and Kylo asks Rey to join him. Oh my god, is this big budget tentpole corporate cash-in of a movie about to do something creative and different and interesting and go in a direction no one was expecting? No. Instead, Rey and Kylo fight it out over a lightsaber in an intense battle. Finn and Rose are about to be executed and the Resistance are slowly being picked off. Then at the last second, Holdo flies the cruiser into Snoke's ship at light speed. They escape execution and Finn fights Captain Phasma. Then Phasma falls to her death. Rose and Finn escape on an AT-ST piloted by BB-8. They return to the Resistance and all hide behind a big door. At least the film's over now. A battering ram cannon. Oh, it's still going. It'll crack that door open like an egg. Finn makes a speech. We gotta take out that cannon. When you say we've gotta take out that cannon, are you referring to the Star Wars cannon? Because after this movie, I agree with you. The Resistance attack the First Orders with battered speeders. Finn flies straight for the cannon despite orders to retreat, intending to sacrifice himself. At the last second, Rose crashes into his ship and stops him. The door blows up. Then Luke appears. I want every gun we have to fire on that man. Ow. Kylo goes to fight Luke, who keeps dodging his attacks. The Resistance goes to escape out the back, but their way is blocked until Rey force lifts the boulders out of the way. Kylo drives his lightsaber through Luke's midriff, and it turns out Luke is actually a Force projection and is still on Act 2. Then on Act 2 he dies, and he fades away as the twin suns are setting. The Resistance leave on the Millennium Falcon and the movie ends.